Now this is most appropriate. Not a cloud in the sky. I know everybody here but the kids, and I'll get to know them as the year goes on. The geese have dropped in just to let us know what they think of the entire facility. And they'll leave their calling card in case you hadn't figured it out. Take a look at this. It doesn't take too much in the way of being an advocate to figure out that this is not acceptable. What you see is green out there. Don't be deluded into thinking that's grass. In about 2 weeks, that'll be gone because we'll get a frost. And when it's gone, when you get a frost, weeds die. So what you've got is a mud pit out in the middle. And in some respects, you're better off playing on Centennial Avenue than you would be out there. Of course, the track is just unbelievable. And the fact that we don't have toilets is even beyond. Now, to you kids, years ago, when I was a kid and Bob Brazier was a kid, we used to play baseball over the corner over there. You get beyond the visiting team bleachers, and what you'll find is a screen. And over there was a nice wooden stands, and it was absolutely wonderful place to play baseball. The problem is you couldn't have a cinder track around the field, and a football field, and a soccer field, and a baseball field all in one. So we sort of did away with that. When we did away with that, unfortunately, we did away with the maintenance of the entire area. So this is really, we talked about a building committee for 10 years. It's been closer. Bill, how long? 18?
Yeah, something like 18, yeah.
Yeah. And about 10 years ago, the toilets left. About 6 years ago, the track team left. All of which tells us that this isn't too hard to sell if we're willing to come together. And the good news is that every one of you here has played a major role in getting us to where we are now. Now, one last thing. You're going to see numbers, 3.2 million, 3.5 million, and 3.8 million. The sheet that I handed out, and if you don't have the fact sheet with pictures, pretty pictures, Jonathan, I think we have some somewhere, that'll really tell you where we are. The 3.2 million is what we actually have already raised. The project is 3.5 million, which means the city has sort of given us a bridge till we can collect another $300,000. Then what we want is, instead of this black track, we'd love a red track, which is really classy. And when we get new bleachers, red fascia in the front, which is truly classic, which would get us, in addition to the lights, get us to about 3.8 million. Now that sounds like a big bite, like $500,000 we still need? And the answer is we do still need $500,000. But don't forget that our state legislature, with Bruce Tarr and Ann Margaret, have put together an amendment for the Community Preservation Act money to be used for recreational facilities. Now, all we needed to do was see that passed, and all of a sudden the twinkle went, here's where a potential source of money could be. So don't be discouraged. We have $500,000 outside to go, and we will get there between now and the end of the year. I'm not going to thank anybody other than you all ought to be very proud of what you've done. My job was to kind of put things together, and I'm good at that because I spent 40 years in business putting things together. It's not that hard to do. And this is an easy sale. So, Jonathan, I don't know how we're going to get these shovels organized, but this is beyond me. You're the chairman of the school board. You figure out how to do this, but the people in the front row, you get over there, we'll figure out how to get shovels to you. Then we have a team 2, which are the people right up in this vicinity. We want you to come down too. Beyond that, I'm not going to play any, and I don't want a shovel because I got a bad back. All right, good. Now, instead of doing that, we've just changed the plan.